Raccoon traps, PCS, feather lights. They were baited with lemon lure. Coon caps. Okay, we got a mean coon caught in a PCS feather light cast aluminum trap. We just set one here while we were walking down to the river, and sometimes what we do is we pick the largest oak tree or biggest tree, and sometimes it can even be a dead tree, and the raccoons, when they're traveling through the woods, they'll just tend to migrate towards the larger trees. Anyways, we got a couple fox and coyote sets out in that lane, and we're on a trail down to the big river, and hopefully we got some more critters down at the end. But just about every location that we set on the feather lights yesterday held them. And one real nice thing about them, it's a pull trigger, and that's the trigger I prefer, because as you'll see, all of these raccoons have been caught high because they have totally committed, because they had to reach down and pull on that trigger to make it fire. So we got no misses and just good catches, and those coon aren't going anywhere. That feather light also has an inline swivel in between, right out of the box. That trap's ready to go and should be around years, because it ain't going to rust. In any of the other parts, a lot of them are stainless steel besides the cast aluminum. So just a wonderful trap made in the USA. Okay, we got a coon in a feather light. Use linen lures and some Wasabo coon chum. There's a little creek running through here. It goes over to a pond, and Andrew shot a picture of an apple tree with a cooner coming through here. We had two traps here. The other one didn't get caught. It has a cap on it where we got the linen lure on top, the Wasabo bait inside, and as you can see. Okay, we got a trail going from the river to the cornfield, and there's two PCS feather lights on the trail, and we see the results. The check before this, we had two traps and a chipmunk went off, and we had one coon. But just as I expected, the PCS feather lights, a coon catching machine. It's baited with a Wasabo brand coon chow, and I think the real call and attraction why we get so many doubles, the traps obviously catch anything in them, but you got to get them to put the foot in, and Lennon's raccoon lure is just simply awesome. We're up on the mighty Wasabo River, up on a high bank, and Andrew's taking a shot of the river below, and like we've been doing all day today up on the ridges, picking up Michigan raccoon and the PCS feather light, using Lennon raccoon lure. Perfect combination.
Checking the line. Looks like I got a big Boar Coon and another PCS Outdoors feather light. Good catch again. He was going after the Jim Tate bait there, the wolf and shellfish buffet. It's been working on the line. About every set I come up to, I have a nice coon, but this one might be the nicest one of the year so far. It looks to be about a 30+ pounder. But Andrew with PCS Outdoors, gonna go ahead and get him taken care of and get going here.
All right, another coon in PCS Featherlight using Lennon lure. I just can't say enough about the pull-only trigger, and once again, you got a 25-pound coon and firmly held in with that strong spring and the Featherlight cast aluminum. Basically, Lennon lure and solid catch every time. Where they reach it in, these are pull-only triggers, the Featherlights, and true dog proofs, and this one's actually caught on the toes, and it held them just fine, but most of them were caught solid paw catches. But either way, they're just sitting here waiting for us. 2 coons and PCS Featherlight dog-proof traps. Well, we're winding back to PCS Outdoors so Andrew and I can go ship some orders, and we figured we would check my property. We caught 2 coon and PCS Featherlights yesterday or the day before, and reset our sets, and lo and behold, 2 more northern Michigan raccoon. These traps are lethal. But basically, these guys are simply been eating my deer food. My blind's over there, and don't know how many's here, but at least the deer will have some feed after I catch all these raccoons. But it's just a traffic way for raccoons, and this trap's just lethal. There's been no misfires, and everyone this year, we got to have 50 already in just a short time, and everyone's been firmly caught and held with a Sabo earth anchor. Just wonderful trap, made in the USA. We put a Sabo brand coon chow. On top, we're using a coon cap that allows us to put either Lennon's muskrat or Lennon's raccoon lure, which we find to be absolutely the best after trying just about everything under the sun. Been using this stuff for 20-some years. But unfortunately, we just got a few traps left to set, and we used all our caps, but there's plenty of caps and other footage, but you just simply put a little of that lure in there, and the muskrat lure is amazing because even though it rained last night, that was still inside that cap, and I smelt a couple of those caps. It smelled just like we put it in prior to the rain. So get yourself some PCS Outdoor Featherlights and catch raccoons, whether you're a fur harvester or doing it for nuisance control. It's one lethal, effective trap.